Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zach.
We're back with Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode
21.
We've been here all night.
Yeah.
And we can't stop watching it.
My editor, Brett, you should say hi to him. He does a great job. He said we should watch all three. I really didn't think we were going to get to.
Well, we've got this clock up here, and I'm thinking I normally go to bed between 7 and 8, and I'm watching this clock, and it's almost 8.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Where did the night go? And I picked my phone up to leave after the last episode, and it was 5 till 7.
Yeah, and usually you like to be 7:30 at the latest.
Yeah.
But last episode to me was, I mean, there's been so many great episodes, and the feelings are all different. The way I felt about Kruger's reveal and him doing the thing was a different feeling than the greatness of Erwin's amazing speech.
Yeah.
But like just as intensely, but a different type of feeling was how I felt when I was watching Grisha just mourn and with regret and love his sons and just apologize to Zeke, and Zeke realized like I think I'm wrong, you know.
Yeah. And then the realization, Grisha saying, "I've seen what Aaron's gonna do.
Yeah.
And this isn't good."
And what I like is like none of the characters do except Grisha. Now he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't have a way to know how that goes.
Yeah.
None of the characters do. There's not gonna be one of those characters running around like we gotta do this.
He's gonna do that.
Yeah, like
they know the plan.
We just got the lore, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
It broke me, but it satisfied me evenly as much as it broke me seeing the last episode.
You brought up Kruger's words about protecting Armin and Mikasa.
Yeah.
So I wonder how strong of a role they're obviously going to have to play in the future.
I didn't even think about that because maybe they're
a reason why.
Maybe they redeem him, or maybe they stop him.
Yeah.
You should go back and watch that post-doc. I can't say enough. We really liked it. Now I imagine we're going to be outside of Dreamworld, which I love Dreamworld. But
oh yeah, with the tree in the sand.
I don't know if it'll answer our question. I think we liked it, but we were wondering about the hierarchy of power. Mm-hmm. But whatever that answer was, like Aaron now is broken from that. It looks like.
Well, it could have just been something that Zeke thought.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? This little mindscape, if he just imagined it, or it was his influence in that world, or the world's influence on him, made him think and imagine, like I can control all this. It turns out Aaron's like, yeah, fuck you. I saw all this happen. I knew it was going to happen. If he could see in the future, he may have already known it was going to happen.
Yeah, you're right.
I wonder how well they can see in the future.
Yeah, I wonder.
Just spastic.
Yeah, because Grisha said he didn't have all the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if Aaron, because Aaron seemed like he was like, okay, he's good, and now it seemed like this dream thing, this dream walk.
See, it's very possible because there have been Evangelion in
I haven't seen it.
Case in point.
Yeah.
Well, the way that ends.
Yeah.
A way that could be similar to how this could end.
Okay.
And it could be a very devastating ending in terms of the body count.
Okay.
So I have to wonder if it turned out to be one of those shows. I would be impressed because you see shows, a lot of different anime that kind of just copies itself off of successful anime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they call it copycat shit, which is done not just in anime, but in other cartoons and film. So it's not like it's just solely, endemic of Japanese cartoons. But, I have to wonder now if that's going to happen. And if it's going to be...
Yeah, I know that's a well-loved anime, and I know dude we grew up with.
Yeah, he
always...
in particular and somebody I work with are much more, they know a lot more about it, feel a lot more for it than I do.
Yeah, I never watched it.
I watched it, and I wasn't quite sure how to feel about it. And afterward, I got to think about it more, and I liked it.
Yeah.
So it definitely has a lot of memorable moments. Regardless, but it's not what we're watching right now. But I'm just saying at the end of this, if it ends similarly, then I would be impressed.
Okay. We were talking about the future thing. I wonder, because the way it comes and goes, I wonder if sometime between season 3 and 4, because there's a 4-year gap, that's when Aaron maybe started getting things uploaded to him that changed or compelled him to go there to Marley and do his thing. Mm-hmm. And then what if and then he got more memories when he was in Dreamwalking. This thing with his dad, it looked like to me at that moment like he was compelled to do that at that point in time, not like he knew it was going to happen and he just did it. Does that make sense?
In a way, but he was also walking forward when Grisha was threatening to do it, and then Grisha doesn't do it.
Okay, yeah, so he might have knew that.
So he already walked ahead of him, remember? Or was he just watching in the background? I thought he walked past him before that.
I think he was definitely walking towards him, but I don't know if he I mean, to me, he when he got that look on his face.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah, when he got that look on his face to me of like determination, I thought that's when he's like, okay, now he's going to. I thought he was going to. I was in my head, I was theorizing that he was going to take the knife and, and stab his dad, do something to make him do it. But no, he was worse. He whispered into his ear. He compelled his father to do it, Guys, before we jump in, if you want to watch the reaction, we don't put it on YouTube. We do put it on our Patreon for free. For everyone, you do not need to be a member. But if you want to watch the full length, you do need to be a member. But anyways, guys, after you watch that, come back here and watch our post-talk and check it out. Leave a comment down below. Let's jump in. Could you imagine your dad doing it to you, say it's making you a farmer? Let you be an artist. Yeah. Fucking shit, dude. Look at these.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about that in the last episode.
We did. I mean,
about how he might go ahead and destroy the rest of the world. And here it is.
I mean, like, that was like one of kind of a theory, but like it turned me around so many times. I thought I was wrong.
Yeah.
So it's not really rewarding. It's like it just. I mean, no. It's like I like the. Like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't feel rewarded myself.
You didn't feel the big hit.
Yeah, like I don't feel like I guessed it properly. Is what I meant.
Yeah.
I felt like I guessed it, but it's like I was right for the wrong reasons. Does that make sense? Like when you ever get like a problem right, and then like when you work backwards.
It was cool though how he appealed to Amir. How Zeke was just commanding her and treating her.
No, I really liked it, and I think it kind of answered a question a little bit, like why she is the way she is, just because of her life as a normal human, like just being a slave, and just now she's like an ascended slave. Even when she was a god, and even when she was a titan and could have killed the king, she still went back to serve him.
Yeah,
or his children.
Bearing his children and shit. It's like, I'll reward you with my seed. Like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, and like made the children eat her.
Yeah.
That's just like
to the children of Amir.
I mean, I like it. I like it because it's shocking and it's like.
I like how it ties into the story, but it's still fucking horrible. It's
horrible. Like it's horrible, and I think I like the way the past was represented in kind of that unique art style a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. What do you call that? Sepia.
It's like a sepia. Like when they've shown the past before, they've given like a sepia look, and it's brought to life in a cool way.
But our Mikasa are still okay, and obviously he's leading, this legions of Titans away from parody into the world to
like they were
wipe them out.
Like ultimately, his goal is to keep his friends safe and the island safe.
Yeah.
And I think but we know he's just going to go too far probably.
Yeah, and so you have to wonder, is Zeke going to be able to appeal to Mikasa and Armin?
That's what I'm wondering. But are they just connected now to a big Titan thing?
That I don't know.
Or is it just him?
Because it just showed the thing connecting to him, and then the lightning bolt came out from there. So
well, then he'd be dead, I figured, because like he was right there, ground zero.
That's possible, yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, if he died, then whatever. I mean, the Beast Titan goes somewhere else, but you kind of would imagine that it'd be a much more befitting end for him.
It made me think like they try not to touch because they might turn into that kind of. That's kind of what I gathered. Like it takes both of them to. I don't know. I mean, because I imagine for most of history, both those powers were in one body. I guess, right?
Yeah, but they couldn't just touch because it would activate the power. Or the power or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
It definitely answers also why Zeke thought he could control Amir, too. Mm-hmm. Because he's a descendant of that piece of shit.
Yeah, I know, but now you know that...
But so is Historia and...
Well, no, I meant the thing. We gotta talk about the thing. It's not the devil, it's this fucking bug.
It looked like a spine, kind of, but at first it looked like a centipede.
Yeah, it had the little tendrils and shit.
Yeah.
You're right, it looks like a spine with a rib cage. But it's just this thing. It's like this goddamn bug. It's like the fucking... What are they called? What do they refer to him as in the strain?
I can't remember.
I don't know, but it's a strain.
Yeah.
Stinger. It's like the stinger things.
So I'm probably getting mixed up. Like, I think it was in season 2. It's when young Grisha was like going over the history of the Titans. Mm-hmm. They said she made a deal with the devil. So that's probably just their
interpretation.
That's like their religion or their interpretation of the event.
Yeah.
Of whatever
How would you explain that shit?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's an answer to
I
it.
don't know why the bug can turn the little girl into a giant fucking Skeletor, but...
Yeah, I don't dislike it. It's just, it's a...
I don't either. I like it. I'm just saying that... But what about that bug, man?
I don't even know what to think about it.
Then it appears. So obviously it's some kind of...
Does it have a will?
Thing.
Does it have a goal? Does it have an ultimate purpose that it's using these aliens for?
I don't know, because obviously she granted it to Aaron.
Yeah.
Because it connected back to his head, remember?
Yeah, you're right.
And...
So, the part of Aaron, I felt he sounded more like Aaron there than he ever did. Not when he was like saying subjects of Ymir, but when he was talking to Ymir. Mm-hmm. You're your own person, you don't got...
Yeah, you've been stuck here all alone, just waiting for somebody.
Yeah, that made me feel like the good guy's still in there.
Yeah, he is. But he feels like there's never going to be any peace or hope for Eldians until they've wiped out everybody else.
So ultimately he's wrong, but do you think he's on the right thing?
It's a thing is...
Like, we know he's wrong.
We know he's wrong on a very fundamental grassroots level.
Yeah.
But the powers that be are not going to let Eldians rest.
Yeah, like if you in that country, it was your family and friends.
Yeah.
Like...
The governments and the populations, by and large, are not going to let...
They want to wipe you out and take your resources, too.
Yeah.
So they make their little gas...
And there's no hope. It's not like there are people petitioning for better treatment at the Eldians. There's nobody out there doing that. There are no social movements.
Yeah, like...
You know what I mean?
What's her name? Mon Mothma.
Yeah, there's no social movement.
Yeah.
For the betterment of their situation. No one's trying to do that. They're literally just shitting all over them. And then the rest of them, the ones that aren't in Marley, are in fucking parody.
Yeah.
And they're ignorant of what's going on, or were, of what's going on the outside.
That's funny because, like...
The outside world all know about them.
Is Magath the only non-Eldian there?
Well, we're not even sure where he's at this point.
Yeah, but it'd be funny, like, because I'm thinking, we miss Magath. I forgot because he's just a human. Everyone said, "What's everyone doing?"
Yeah, well, I mean, he and the whatever other Marleyan soldiers may have lived.
Mm-hmm. God. Yeah, I hope he lives. I mean,
it's like Levi. I mean, you think we would get a better ending for these characters. I'm
still gonna say Levi's alive.
Probably. But he didn't look very good when we saw him.
He looked terrible.
He looked terrible.
So whose power could he take?
If they gave him the Titan, if he can even take a Titan ability, we don't.
Because, I mean, right now there's only Annies and Reiners. And Peaks.
Yeah. Nobody wants that car Titan ability.
Yeah.
Just let her die.
Yeah. But it would just go to someone. Damn it!
I know, but there'd just be a Titan running around. I mean.
Yeah.
But they made use of it. So.
No, they definitely did. And the 3 walls were named after the children. Yeah, I mean, it's got a fantastic lore. Like
it does. It's a bloody and brutal lore, like the race of mankind. And
it's complicated in terms of like whose like whose side you want to take. I mean, ultimately we know Aaron's wrong, but like all of the characters' motivations, it's very complicated.
His motivation isn't wrong, but the extent he's going to
execute the prescription.
Yeah, the extent that he's willing to go.
But it makes you wonder,
to safeguard. I mean, I can't say that I would be above feeling that way.
No, yeah.
I saw my family and friends being eaten,
and you knew more were going to get eaten.
Yeah, or not eaten, just like killed and fucking massacred and enslaved. So,
and just I think like the cycle of violence, like people were doing it back then, and now they're doing it now. Mm-hmm. I understand, like the way they wrote Dinah, or whoever the girl was. Like the daughter who he had to kill and take the founding power. Yeah. Like when she was speaking, I believe that's like a higher being, like trying to do the greater good. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I unfortunately disagreed with her.
I definitely disagreed with her.
Yeah, I definitely disagreed. Like she lost me in the end when she just said, like, well, as long as they just kill Eldians. But before that,
you say, fuck you.
Yeah.
But Aaron's right. He has a right to live in this world that he's born into.
Yeah.
And the rest of the world, being shitty, and he's like, fuck you. Now I'm going to turn to
we all know it's like the fucking governments. Just these governments.
It's just... It's like it's a nice reflection of the real world.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't see too many of us like flying over in planes and boats and fucking around with the rest of the world if we did have the government saying, hey, you know what? We're going to go get this oil.
Yeah.
Or we're going to...
They got weapons over there. We got to make sure to keep American lives safe.
Yeah, we got to stabilize this region.
Yeah.
And, go over there and then... stabilize it.
Yeah.
But other countries do, shit like that too. We're not the only ones that are guilty of it. Right now, we're just we're the #1 country in the world, so
we're on the big stage.
The spotlight's on us.
For sure. I'm supremely impressed and satisfied, and I love everything I've watched. I'm glad we've watched together. I'm so glad that there's more left. So
yeah, I agree. It's great, and then the show's paying off. And this episode definitely had like some very apocalyptic feel with the red lighting.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that was horrific. But it was also, I mean, Armin needed to chill. He was like assuming he's on our side, and 30 seconds later, wait a minute, this is overkill. I'm thinking like,
yeah, he knows they're on his side.
Yeah,
he's speaking for the audience's back.
Well, I know.
Anime.
It's just like in the very beginning when Zeke was like giving like a monologue. So I'm like, okay, I know this stuff, Zeke. Kids probably don't know. My son probably wouldn't if he watched this. Yeah, the rumbling has happened. I'm just wondering how they're going to stop Aaron.
They're going to curtail this shit. Yeah, how do you?
You can't stop that.
No, I mean, look at what he's become.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we have the character. I hope it's not just this blob.
It's not really a blob, though. It's like this big... It's like a big spinal column with these ribs and shit going down to the ground and these huge fast spikes out of its back. It didn't look like it had any mass to it. It was just this...
That's like... I hate skeletons for one thing.
Skeleton thing.
I couldn't watch He-Man.
The Skeletor.
Yep, drive me crazy.
Didn't Mark Hamill play his voice in the...
I don't know, but I heard the Netflix...
The Netflix one?
I heard it was really good.
I think he did.
No. Yeah, I don't really got anything else. I certainly think this isn't a great show.
Agreed.
I know they probably need to stop Aaron. I don't think they're going to just agree with him. But I wonder, is the show now going to change a bit? Like, is Aaron the character and the voice actor, is he gone now? And are we going to follow Mikasa, and is he going to team up with them? And is it going to be like the last season of The Strain, where we have a little small group of rebels and we're following them? Like, I'm all for it. I mean,
you have to wonder if what remains is like the remnant of these major characters. Rhina was trying to save Gabby.
Yeah.
And then, Falco is probably not gone.
No, I don't think so.
And, Peak, it showed her. Actually, it showed Falco.
He was like in the desert. Yeah.
And it showed Peak too. I can't remember if it showed Rhina.
I wonder if they're all going to team up.
So I'm wondering if all those people and Armin and Mikasa.
And hopefully God freaking Levi. Hopefully.
We're going to get together and be like, hey.
Spank them.
Yeah, we got to do something about this shit, guys.
I think I'd be for that, yeah.
He's going to kill everybody. But obviously Kruger said, protect Mikasa and Armin.
So they got to be essential.
So that's what I'm wondering, yeah.
It's weird because I remind you of that, but I didn't connect that plot point. I was just thinking, like, they're his friends.
Yeah, they might be essential to...
the final battle.
Yeah, the final battle and the redemption.
The only thing I'm wondering is, and it's not a gripe, it's just... So Grisha was wondering what would happen to his wife and his house. Mm-hmm. You figure if you saw that much into the future, you could infer that Aaron was driven mad.
By...
Like you just... Well, no.
Well, he kept saying, he's like, why don't you tell me everything? He's saying, you keep showing me this, but...
Because Aaron in the future is only showing him what...
Certain memories, yeah.
Which is, it's just so... the more I think about it, the more it's really crazy.
But the thing is, he didn't even... The cool thing about it is it was essential that Zeke allow him into his father's memories and go back and make that shit happen. But Kruger didn't need that. I mean, maybe it was just him influencing his dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So was Aaron... How much did Aaron influence everyone? Like, did he influence people? Did he influence previous generations of Titans?
What does it sound like? It sounds like he was only able to directly influence what Zeke showed him.
Okay.
And the Attack Titan...
And he was able to influence Grisha.
Yeah, but the Attack Titan must just have the ability to see into the future regardless.
But do you think he influenced Grisha's memories?
That's what you just said.
I mean, Kruger's.
That's what I'm saying. Probably don't.
But what if he did, and he knew that Mikasa and Armin are going to stop him or something?
That's a good possibility.
Wouldn't it be crazy? But why would he do that?
Yeah, then he said protect them.
Protect him because he knew he needed them to stop him. But why would he want to be stopped?
Yeah.
Because he wanted to be stopped, he just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, my bad. Okay, yeah, I mean, I love these type of talks. I know it's getting late, but I mean, I'm sure we're going to have many more as the show goes on. So, we're out of here.